sent me some things about that, and we brought mine into the conversation, so I have some direction, I think, as to what to do there. Yeah. Well, I told him, I said, I gotta communicate with IOCC's attorney, you know, so that we're both on the same page here. There's no sense in us going through all this, approving it at the council, getting you to sign it, only to send it to them and just.
Well, that's what I figured, you know,
Yeah, I looked through it quickly, and I thought it looked pretty good myself. That's not a great situation. It's just not an easy situation to solve. We got a couple of shit shows with it. Utility tax and a connection. Am I missing any more?
I took my law, extensive law knowledge I have, and I found something in the Oregon State statute. Moving that out.
Call the Oglesby City Council meeting to order.
Augubright.
Here.
Cullinan is absent. Curran.
Here.
Udis.
Here.
Rivara.
Aye. Pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Just to make mention, Cully isn't here tonight. He's ill. We wish him well. I need a motion and second to approve the minutes from the March 7th, 2022 regular meeting.
I will make a motion to approve the minutes from the March 7th regular meeting.
Second.
Augubright.
Aye.
Curran.
Aye.
Udis.
Aye.
Rivara.
Aye. Public comments. Having none, we'll move on. I need a motion and second to approve bills as presented for payment.
I will make a motion to approve bills as presented for payment.
Second.
Augubright.
Aye.
Curran.
Aye.
Udis.
Aye.
Rivara.
Aye. Approve ordinance 1188-03-2122, purchase of real estate for the city of Oglesby.
Yes.
I have a different number on mine.
The date has changed.
Okay,
Yeah, it's just the date that changed, Jason.
okay. Does anybody have any questions, concerns on that? I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 118-030722, purchase of real estate for the city of Oglesby.
Second.
Augubright.
Aye.
Curran.
Aye.
Udis.
Aye.
Rivara.
Aye. Number 8, approve the purchase of water meters from Nighthawk in the amount of $73,750.
So this is kind of an ongoing issue from about 6 months ago. Tommy was able to do a good negotiation with Nighthawk to get some bulk water meters. But right before we were about to approve it, we found out there was a lot of issues with the water meters, a lot of separate issues. We had a lot of meetings, a lot of work went into it. I appreciate Nighthawk's efforts they did. And there's about 4 different issues, and all of them have been rectified. So this new water meter cost, because so much time has gone by, the amount has still gone up a bit, but we are getting about a 10% discount on 500 water meters. So, anybody have any questions or concerns about that? That I'll make a motion to approve the purchase of water meters from Nighthawk in the amount of $73,750.
Second.
Augubright.
Aye.
Curran.
Aye.
Udis.
Aye.
Rivera.
Aye. Next is the approved raffle license for the Oglesby Elks Lodge 2360.
I will make a motion to approve the raffle license for Oglesby Elks Lodge 2360.
Second.
Augubright.
Aye.
Curran.
Aye.
Udis.
Aye.
Rivera.
Aye. Next is approved tag day request. I have one here from American Legion, Oglesby Fire Department, Oglesby Ambulance Association. That's the three that I have.
I'll make a motion to approve the 3 tag day requests.
Second.
Augubright.
Aye.
Curran.
Aye.
Udis.
Aye.
Rivera.
Aye. Discussion of motor fuel tax usage of yearly street maintenance.
So I was really hoping to be able to have the resolution all put together to go out for our yearly maintenance. I did meet with Chamberlain's on Friday. There were several items that we gave them, what we had prioritized in our list. The west side of Mormon, Wyatt, the alley north of Clark, the alley south of Porter, and then the major Clark Street project. And if, for those that might not have talked about in a while, Clark Street is the largest section of the city that doesn't have storm sewer separation yet. So it's been known for about 10 years, but because Clark is so large and expensive, estimated about 10 years ago that was gonna be over $1 million. So one of the things that we're negotiating with the EPA is how we're gonna do that, because the cost is so large. The recommendation that came back is that we can break up Clark into different sections to get storm sewer separation done. So I don't have so if you, it's your last page of your packet there. The estimate as of right now of what they're thinking for the first section to get done might be about 300,000. Well, when you add up all the other items as well, it exceeds the amount that's in our motor fuel tax fund. The amount as of Friday that's in our motor fuel tax fund is about 341,000. If you look at how much we allot every year for just street maintenance from our appropriations, it's about 100,000. I've exhausted about 42,000 of that, so there's about 58,000 left. If you add up all those numbers, though, they're gonna be higher. So the reason I thought we'd have a discussion on it is see if anybody thinks about anything. I've recommended to remove 2 of the ones that are probably the least important to us right now, which would be Wyatt and the alley north of Clark. But if I keep all the other items in, it's probably about $100,000 to $150,000 more than what the motor fuel tax allowance is, and approximately somewhere between 50 and 100,000 more if you add up what we had expected for this year's cost for the maintenance and street as well. So I'd still like to get it done. It won't happen this year either way because I think our fiscal year ends March 31st. But I thought I'd talk about it and see if there's any concerns, because hopefully by next meeting we'll have a resolution ready.
April 30th, yeah.
April.
30th. Yeah.
I did say that. Okay. Well, either way, we probably won't have the contract. We probably won't have the contract awarded by the end of it anyways. But, so anybody have any questions, concerns, thinking it's too much? Should we reduce some more? I can go into a little bit of detail if they want to know why those streets were in particular, the ones that we had on our list, that kind of stuff.
This is what we spent last year.
We spent, so one of the reasons we set aside so little money for our, the street maintenance is because we do most of it via the motor fuel tax fund. And last year, I want to say we had about 270,000 we thought we were going to spend on it, but I think we only ended up spending 225,000. We got a pretty good bid for it. So that did throw some money that we could move forward. So 225,000 last year, and if you add up just the items alone without Clark, it came up to 187,000. But with Clark, I mean, that would probably put it at just shy of $500,000. But if I take out the Wyatt and the Clark, you're looking at probably close to 450,000.
Okay.
Anybody have any thoughts or recommendations on it? This is just a discussion. I just wanted to know how much we should be trying to put towards that resolution that I'm looking to have for the next meeting.
Give me some time to think about it.
Okay,
I think I'm good right now.
okay.
think about it.
Well, I don't want to think too long because other
No, I
other
think-
contracts
I
are
think
already
I've
getting
got a-
awarded.
I've
It's gonna be
got a-
next year now, though, right?
Probably. So there is some money that I didn't use up in the street mate fund already for that. But just give you a heads up so I can carry it forward to next year then to get it done, hopefully.
Yeah,
Alright.
we've got some issues that we need to get addressed later, and I'm sure we can come up with a plan to address it.
All right. Just a discussion, putting the idea in your head. So, all right.
Anything under old business? Public comments? Commissioners' reports.
I have nothing to report tonight.
So the police department added a new tool to their toolbox. They purchased a Dart firearm simulator. What it is, it's a multimedia type setup where you don't use ammunition. It's all web-based, and they can change scenarios. They can have a guy drawing a gun one time, the next time that same guy is pulling out a cell phone. That way they're able to modify it and change it up. Some of the things it's gonna do to help them out with their training will help tactical reloading with either hand, low light, and judgmental or decision-making shooting, shooting while moving to cover, one-handed firing, verbal challenges, engaging multiple targets, malfunction drills, and holster drills. I did get a chance to look at it. It's a pretty impressive system, and I think it's really gonna be an asset for them to have in-house. That was paid for with their in-house drug fund money. The only other thing I have, Mayor, is there's been a report of several blighted properties around town. I'm working with the police department and yourself to try to get some of these taken care of, and there'll be more to report at a later date. That's all I have.
Thank you.
All right.
Jason?
A couple things. Street Department's going to be doing their chipping for the spring on between 2 and 6 May, so first week of May. Finally, got the new electric pole installed at the corner of Cedar Creek. I know a lot of the residents out there say it's very dark. There wasn't a lighted pole there. I will make a mention that it does have the new wide area lights up top. There's only a couple of them in the city. For example, I think the one's at end of Caitlin, which is in a court, and then this one here. If you get a chance to take a look at them, the goal is that when the IMEA comes out with their high efficiency program, that we're gonna go to those kind of lights. They're the same color and everything like that, but they just throw the light a little wider. The goal is to have those, if we can get them on all the corners inside the city, to illuminate it a little bit better. So, that's all I got.
Okay, I got a few things. Oglesby Community Blood Drive is Thursday, March 24th, 1 to 6 p.m. at the Dickinson House. The Dickinson House fundraiser is Sunday, May 1, 2022 at Mr. Salsa. Cinco could, oh man, I killed this. Is 4 to 6 p.m. The city of Oglesby has not been the only municipality that Ameren has not collected nor forwarded the city tax on electric sales within the city limits. In 2014, 8 other cities in Illinois settled a lawsuit for an unspecified amount for not forwarding the money to the cities. Ameren has not forwarded what the city is due since 1993. The bids for the solar project are due the 1st of April. Hopefully, this will not be the last project for Oglesby. The solar project will be built on city property east of the fire and ambulance station. Should IVCC agree to switch electric service providers and Ameren's agree to the switch, we, the residents of the Illinois Valley, would save approximately $550,000 over 5 years. If the college in Ameren would agree, some would question how this is possible today. Today, IVCC purchased their electricities from an Aries. It's an alternate electric service provider. Ameren delivers the electricity over their distribution system to IVCC. Ameren gets paid for the delivery, maintenance, metering, billing, etc. The Aries purchased electricity on the open market. When there was an excess capacity, electricity was cheap. Today is not the case. That's why the average price of a kilowatt has gone from 11.5 cents to 14.5 cents in a year. The city of Oglesby would be the provider and pay the toll to Emeren to move our transmission loan to the city substation. The city of Oglesby would deliver electricity to IVCC through its distribution system. We could build another solar project at IVCC and have committed to put 4 panels that the college could bring their curriculum to help train future solar workers. Oglesby Fun Days, June 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th. 50/50 drawing, a family fun event. Great bands, great rides, good friends. Mark the calendar and buy your 50/50 tickets and win. We have a never-ending problem with neglected properties, and I'm requesting that we schedule a working meeting to address this issue as well as any other issues that we need to get addressed. So can we come up with an agreeable date that you all would be available? We can't do it tonight. Check your calendars and
Roll
let's,
on through this. No, I'm good. Next 2 weeks. Right?
Mayor, I'm available pretty much any weeknight after 4:30.
I think our attorney's the one I need to make sure is here.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dom. Well, we have a meeting on the 4th. You know, I would be free on the 28th, which is next week, on Monday night, if you wanna do it then. I mean, we could pick a different day of the week.
What time works for everybody?
Wide open, Mayor.
7 o'clock works for me, Dan.
7, ideal.
28th at 7 a.m. or 7 p.m. Well, I'm having a night. Okay. Other than,
Mayor, I just wanted to clarify that item that he was talking about is not drug fund, but it's
Oh.
money laundering fund,
Sorry, my bad.
so that somebody don't get the wrong idea.
okay,
Doesn't sound like a great.
that's clarified. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Augubright.
Aye.
Curran.
Aye.
Udis.
Aye.
Rivara.
Aye.
We need to change the name of that fund. If it really is called the Money Laundering Fund, that name needs to change.
He's got 2 funds. He's got-
What's it called?
bunch of boxes
There's 2 different funds that are within that umbrella. And